day I wake up, sun shining on my face. Tell myself if you're the rain, come rain on me. Rain on me. Sometimes I look around this great big world, thinking about what little time I've got to spend for you. Spend for you. Yes, you carry me. Now I always see everything you are is what I want to be. Anywhere the wind will blow, follow in my soul. Yes, you set me free. You know you make me fly. Make me fly. Travel day to day, nowhere is in my way. Look around and smile, I can feel the air in me. Air in me. Yes, you carry me. Now I always see everything you are is what I want to be. I sit around thinking about how good I got it, and then I realize it's free. Make me fly. 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 Anywhere the wind will blow, I follow in my soul. Yes, you set me free. You know you make me fly. You make me fly. You make me fly. Make me fly. Make me fly. Make me fly. Make me fly.
Good morning from the Hilltop Spiritual Center. I am Reverend Laura DiDonato, your practitioner of the day. Soon we'll be able to embrace our friends and family with open arms and love, and soon we'll be able to enjoy our newly remodeled sanctuary with this beautiful new summer season. And now a sacred moment of positive prayer. I recognize that Spirit is the power and love in all living things, and I embrace every moment. I speak for all souls. I am aware of my inner light. Is Spirit living through me? And I am in awe in the oneness of this earth right now. I am making a promise to myself. I shall never again tell myself that I am poor, sick, weak, or unhappy. I'm not talking negative anymore, but now from only I speak the divine truth to my inner soul, telling it that I only live and love through gratefulness and compassion, truth, power, and action. I now whisper these truths into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of my soul's unlimited passion and possibilities. Grateful for all the loving, compassionate people in this world that give unconditionally, I release these beautiful, loving truths into the law of mind. Grateful, joyful, mindful, and so it is. Namaste. This morning's reading is from John 13, verses 34 and 35. God is love, and we are His express likeness. The essence of love pervades everything, fires the heart, stimulates emotions, renews the soul, and proclaims the spirit. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Words cannot express its depths and meaning. A universal sense alone bears witness to the divine fact: God is love, and love is God. And now a rose meditation. Relax in a comfortable space and breathe slowly and deeply, allowing the grace of Spirit to breathe through you, with you, as you. Now close your eyes. Continuing to breathe deeply, think about something that really brings you joy, a person, an experience. As you think about this joy, this memory, notice the energy, the movements, the feelings in your body. Notice your full body experience. Find the feeling area in your body. What is going on with places in your body, your arms, back, stomach, feet? Where do you feel the joy the most? Where is the strongest area? Now bring it up higher, your awareness of this joy, of love, of light in that area, and be grateful. Now bring your attention back to listening to your breath, breathing deeply. Now think about a recent experience, upset, or situation that has brought you a negative response, anxiety, fear, worry. Notice the area where you sense it, feel it the most, maybe a tight area. Once you find it, place a bubble of loving rose water around that area. That negative feeling is simply a visitor, now uninvited. It is now surrounded and embraced by this healing rose water bubble. Now visualize and create a beautiful rose that is always there for you, in front of you. With your eyes closed, you see it bloomed open and welcoming. Take the rose water bubble containing your negative feeling or thought that used to be stuck in your body and place it into the middle of the loving rose. Watch the rose close around the water bubble. Now watch the rose as it gracefully disappears into nothingness. And now, while breathing deeply, sacredly, bring back that feeling of joy and the awareness of where your body has the strongest sensation. Embrace it, love it. Now you are conscious of where you store your joy in your body. Fill the rest of your body with this joy and carry on the rest of the day filled with joyous, grateful energy. Enjoy your day. Namaste.
Hello and welcome. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our particular denomination, toward the end of his life, in one of his final discourses in Asilomar, California, gave this very, very mystical talk called the Sermon by the Sea. There are so many amazing and wonderful things that are said in that. But one of the statements that he makes is this: show me a people that are for something and against nothing. Now, I totally get this for something, but I gotta tell you, I struggle with this against nothing thing, because maybe you, like me, I'm against racism. I'm against violence. I'm against environmental degradation and gender equality or any other form of injustice. But I am for something, and perhaps you are too. We are for a world that works for all. And as we're looking at the world today, it does seem as if we are in apocalyptic times. I love this word. It's from the Greek apokalyptiosis, which means to reveal. An example of this might be the great movie The Wizard of Oz. You remember the scene where Toto the dog pulls the curtain back and reveals that the wizard is nothing more than a carnival huckster, and that everything that was built is not what it appears to be. So the great statesman Thomas Jefferson says this. He says, "The boisterous sea of liberty is never without a wave." And here's that wave, right? Here it is. And how's that wave affecting you today? Because, we're experiencing entire systems breaking down. What's being revealed is that so many of the things that we've built are really not sustainable. And perhaps you're personally experiencing that. Maybe you're experiencing loss, anxiety. Maybe you're afraid, or someone you know is afraid. Perhaps you're wondering, like so many, what's really going on and where we're going. We're finding ourselves in the most uncomfortable part of that evolutionary event that happens at a spiritual level, a personal level, a cultural level, and a physical level. Order, disorder, reorder. We don't like disorder, but truthfully, disorder is apocalyptic. It reveals the underlying issues. It reveals what's working and what's not working. And here's the issue. We have for so long used our planet, our world, relationships, or even our own personal power as means to extract, to take something out for ourselves or for our benefit. Instead of looking at these things as sources to be nurtured, honored, cared for. This month we've been exploring the theme of awakening to the energies of love and harnessing fire or love as fire for the second time in our whole evolutionary journey. And like all moments such as this, all moments of disorder, we must be willing to remain nimble and adaptable to that which is going on, to the change that's going on all around us. And in all this, in the midst of it, in everything that's going on, can we still give and receive love? Can we awaken to the energy of love as if we are harnessing the power of fire for the second time? Joe Dismedza makes this interesting statement where he says to the effect that science is the new language of mysticism. And I'm not sure I fully grasp that, but I do understand components of it. Because, mystics and scientists both ask questions. Both are willing to be wrong. Both are willing to redirect or to how it's known as a metanoia, a new thought, a change, a new direction. And both understand the power of intention. To state that differently, both understand the power of consciousness, because consciousness really is this. It is what we're attending to, where our attention is. Because the essence of it is this: we become the person we think we are. The relationships that we're in are the relationships that we believe them to be. Or as Emma Curtis Hopkins says, the world in which we live is an exact record of our thoughts. And this speaks to the affirmative power of thought and to the power of the spoken word. In neurosciences, there's this term known as cognitive dissonance. And it's essentially this: when we say one thing and do another, or say one thing and believe another, we create a dissonance. And our brain doesn't like that. Our brain doesn't like incongruity. It burns too many calories. And so what our brain will say is this, is stop saying that if you're going to do this. Or stop saying that if you're going to believe that. But if we continue to speak, if we continue to say, then the brain will do something very interesting. It will, at a subjective level, begin to organize our actions, our thoughts, and our beliefs to bring them into accord with what we're speaking. It will create resonance from the dissonance. And again, it speaks to the power of the word. Our words have power. We should never, ever, ever forget this. As Abraham Heschel said, our words create worlds. And here, New Thought practitioners, mystics, and scientists agree. Energy influences matter. That's it. That's the great mystery of the cosmos. Energy influences matter. Simone Weil says this beautiful statement. She says that attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. Let me say that again. Attention is the rarest and most purest form of generosity. Where we give our attention is where we give our power. And where we give our power is what we create. And you know, we are facing a world of unparalleled insolvency. Every aspect of the world is being influenced. So the question that I have for you today is this: where are you giving away your power? And as a result of that, what are you creating for yourself, for your family, for our country, or even for the world? You know, I've been thinking a lot about this, and I've been thinking about where I give away my power, where I am angry, where I am judgmental, where I just won't let something go. And those are energy drains, you know, and we only have so much personal power. And if it's being dissipated into these empty things, you know, sort of in shame or blame or regret, it's like, you know, it's like paying a mortgage on some mausoleum in the past, and it's just simply emptying out or causing us to be spiritually, emotionally, or even physically insolvent. And so I'd ask you, you know, where are you angry? Where do you give your power away? Where are you holding judgment? Where are you dwelling on things? What are you engaging in that creates fear or anxiety or blame? Are you experiencing separation? You know, it's like if those people would just get their act together, then things would be better. Because these are all energy drains. They're all just kind of sucking us dry. And the question is this, is can that be redirected? Can you realign your attention to cause your experience in life to be more generous to yourself, more generous to your health, more generous to your physical well-being, more generous to your relationships, more generous to the experience of joy in this life, now, today. You know, you hear me talk a lot about this first century Palestinian, and he makes this statement. He says, where your heart is, where your attention is, where your consciousness is, so lies your treasure. Where your focus is, where you are giving away your power, where you are engaging, is what you are creating. But here's the deal again. When our energy is directed toward what we want and not what we're afraid of, when our energy is directed to to what we are for and what we are loving, then we are harnessing that fire again for the second time. So I invite you to pray with me in this moment. And as I said before, prayer is, as Emerson says, prayer is the contemplation of the facts of life from the highest point of view. And what is that highest point of view? That there is one life, one beingness. Call it God, call it Jehovah, call it an intelligent universe, call it the force. It doesn't matter. The name that we use is adequate for us, and yet we don't want to be limited by it. But what I know is there's a force of love in the universe, a force of life, a force of light that is in all things, connecting all things, influencing all things, luring all things into a greater experience of life. And that life lives in you, it lives in me, it lives in the things that we love, it even lives in the things that we don't love. And yet it exists. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. But we have the power of choice. And so we open ourselves to be directed by the power of love, to move us towards unity, healing, reconciliation. We recognize in this time of disorder, something new is wanting to emerge. And so we open ourselves to that wisdom that will guide us towards this. We avail ourselves to the strength, to the encouragement that is there for us. Even now, we recognize in this moment, we lack nothing. And we are grateful for the beauty that surrounds us, that which amazes us, surprises us, brings our attention to amazement and wonder and awe. And in that, we recognize the power that created all that is the power that lives in us. And we are grateful. And we open ourselves to using that power for our good, for the good of whom we love, for the good of whom we don't love, and for the benefit of all beings. May it be so, and so it is. Thank you again for joining us today. Early next week, the leadership of the Hilltop Spiritual Center will be gathering, and we're going to be talking about our strategic plan for reopening. So please pay attention to our website and our newsletter. Stay connected with us on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be giving information out on how this will play itself out. But now, I'd like to thank Darren greatly for the music that you will be hearing, how we give ourselves to the world. I want to thank Joe Gillespie, Frank Alves. I want to thank our staff who continued to diligently work, our practitioners who are available for prayer, especially Reverend Laura today for her invocation and guided meditation. And please know that she, like all the other practitioners, are available for prayer. If you go to our website, there is contact information for each one of them. And in our newsletter and our website, there is also a prayer form that you can fill out, and we will receive it and we will pray. And if you'd like us to contact you, we'd be thrilled to do so. And again, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for staying with us. I want to thank you for inviting other people to become part of this growing international spiritual community. And I want to thank you for your continued and generous support. These have been interesting times. They have been trying times. They've been uncertain times, but they've also been times of genius. They've been times of wonder. And in all of that, the Hilltop Center has chosen to remain paying those people who would have been without work had we furloughed them. We have continued to be in integrity with our bills. We've been committed to remaining thriving and growing at every level. And so we depend on you. We depend on you for your support. And there are ways that you can do it. I'll be honest with you, the best and easiest way is write us a check and send it to us. Or use Donor Box. The information is right there on the website, or our PayPal account. We want to make it easy for you to give, and so it's there for you. And again, considering Simone Weil, attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. So thank you for keeping your attention on us. And for you and those whom you love and those whom you receive love from, many, many, many blessings. Stay tuned. We'll be here next week.
We are wandering not lost, forget about left or right. Caught myself somewhere between the bitterness and the light. Please help me see from it inside of me. There are times when I find mother cultures in my mind, in a pool of sinking sand. Mother Nature takes my hand to help me see the light inside of me. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world, 'cause I know we're all just singing along here together. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world, 'cause in the end we're all just singing along here together. Flowing gently down the stream, oh how life is but a dream. Soared by the billions, never been free, no duality between you and me. Feel the energy and just let it be.